about how fast a cell phone can die when it's put in water. I just want to show you. Hey guys, Fat Preacher Man here, and I'm just showing you what I got in my emergency bag. With all the talk of doomsday, end of the world, and that sort of thing, I thought it'd be interesting to share my emergency bag. And I really think everybody should have one, and it's not just for the end of the world, but any disaster. It's good to have something to grab in an instant so you can take with you. One of the most important things that you can have is paper and a mechanical pencil. Why do I choose mechanical pencil? Because you don't have to sharpen it, and it doesn't run out of ink, and it doesn't matter if it gets wet. Okay, and because you never know what you're going to need to write down, what you want to remember. So that's right there on the top. Then I always recommend having a couple tools with you. This one is pretty neat. My family got it for me. It has a flashlight, see, and it has all these different screwdriver bits that you can pop out, and it's actually nice and sturdy. So it has all those, and you can wear it on your belt loop. So that's pretty cool, because you never know when you're going to need different tools, different types of screwdriver heads and sizes. So this one is pretty nice. You can also get multi-tools or other types of knives of that nature. Then I have 3 of these. These are emergency blankets, and they are thermal laminated aluminum, and even though they look kind of funny, they actually keep you pretty warm, and they don't get wet, which is good, because that's one of the big things nowadays, with all the floods and stuff like that. And speaking of water, these are real nice to have. These are waterproof matches. And even though they're waterproof, I do keep mine in a little sealed baggie. And they have the special heads, and they strike right on the box. Also have a few emergency ponchos. Again, keep out the rain from your clothing, because once you get wet, it can be a bad thing. Depending upon where you live, there's disposable hand warmers, in case you do fall in ice, get wet, get too cold. Fire sticks help you start a fire for those of us who aren't nature inclined, I guess you would say, not too familiar with the outdoors. A basic little knife set. This helps with scaling fish, in case, God forbid, you have to catch fish. I don't recommend fish meat because it's basically a vegetable. But a nice little knife. This is pretty cool. This is a little pot set, and it screws together right here, opens up, and that part actually becomes the handle, and you can screw it on, and you have a pot with a handle. You just screw it on, and then you have a little pot inside and a little plate, and inside the little pot is a little cup. So that's cool. And then you put it all back together. That stays nice and together for you. We got a couple utensil sets. Little knife, fork, spoon combo. Actually have a Swiss Army style type knife. Again, because you never know when you're going to need a knife, never need when you're going to need certain tools. Nice basic one. Have a compass. Little compass set. I have these two little vials, which are pretty cool. This is portable agua and the PA. And what this does is it helps purify water, and then this neutralizes the purifying agent. So that if you have to drink water and you don't know if it's safe, that helps to help clean it. And then the handyman's helper, duct tape. You never know, duct tape is like so useful. I think we should just have like tons of it laying around the house. Then, never know what you're going to need to tie up, so I keep twist ties. And to keep the twist ties together, I use one twist tie around them. And if you ever need them longer, I found this to be helpful because I keep short ones, because the big ones are bulky. But you can make them longer by threading them end to end, like that. And now it's almost twice as long. And so it can keep bigger things together for you. Cords if you have to build some type of shelter, all sorts of stuff. Then, in addition to the matches, I do believe in lighters. I'm not too good for lighters. Here's a disposable one. And this is one my wife got me a long time ago. It's actually a refillable. And refillable lighters are nice because you can pick up a little bottle of lighter fluid, K-mart, basically anywhere. And the inside slides out. You just pull this little pad up and you just saturate it with the lighter fluid. You pop it back in and you're good to go. And even if your lighter is out of fluid, it's still good to keep for that spark. That spark can help you if you have dry enough kindling to help you get a fire going. And then, you know, just the basic regular disposable lighter. And again, I keep those inside a plastic baggie. Now these little sandwich baggies are pretty cool. These aren't actually, I don't know what kind of sandwich this would be. Maybe like a hot dog sandwich. But my wife got them by accident, but they actually work pretty cool for stuff like this. And they fit right in there and then zip up. Now in addition to that, you always want to keep a pocket knife available. Again, just a basic small knife. And then you always want to have a standby cell phone. That's an emergency cell phone, not your regular cell phone, but a little cheap thing, probably a prepaid one you can get from companies like Net 10 or whatever, Virgin Mobile, Boost, Cricket. And you can buy the cheapest plan and you just keep it in the back, keep it near your bag, and you can keep it charging. And the purpose of that is something happens to yours, let's say, I don't know, drops in some water. Because water is very, very devastating to a cell phone. I don't know if we know that as a people, how quickly water actually can destroy a cell phone. But, you know, again, if you have it ready, you can even just have it charging inside the baggie, and if you need to go, you just grab the charger out the wall, zip up the baggie, and pop it in your bag. And then again, depending upon what type of emergency, what type of situation you find yourself in, don't know how much of this will help or how much of it won't. But again, it doesn't hurt to be prepared for these things. And in the words of John Voight, it pays to be prepared. So, in your van or vehicle, in my case van, in your car, I recommend one of the plug-in cigarette lighter air pumps. I didn't bring that in the house because mine is dirty because I used it. But you plug in the cigarette lighter and you can plug it and it just snaps right on to your tire to help inflate the air. So that if you're not near an air pump and your tire's low, you can use that instead of trying to change the tire. And that way if your tire isn't actually punctured, you don't have to go through the trouble of changing the tire just because it got too low. And also one of those emergency tire kits that, there's two different kinds. There's the ones that have the foam type fluid that you plug it on and it supposedly fills it up and seals any minor holes. And then there's the actual repair kit that has almost like a screwdriver like bit, and you thread a piece of rubber in through the hole and you kind of seal it in place. And I've actually used one of those before and it actually works. I was quite surprised. But Anyway, so let's there's a couple other things I want to show you. So I'm gonna cut this real quick and then come back, and I'm gonna show you a couple things with the waterproof matches and the cell phone. Okay, just to illustrate my point about how fast a cell phone can die when it's put in water, I just want to show you. And you see now the cell phone's dead. I'll turn back on, no life. If I hold the power button, it's gone. And it wasn't even in there that long. So you got to think about where you're going to be, what's going on, and what may or may not happen to your stuff. Another thing about the water that I want to show you, so this is one of the waterproof ones. And again, that's just some of the ideas that I have for emergency kits for various reasons. If you have one or have any questions about anything that I showed you today, please hit me up in the comment section below. Send me a video response. I'd love to hear your thoughts, what you plan on doing, and what you plan on doing after December 21st when all this blows over. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. Merry Christmas, and Jesus bless you. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.
Subscribe!